going to read two poems. First is an elegy I wrote in memory of Czesław Miłosz, and I'm reading it today for our friend Reginald Shepard, who's with us in another form. Partita for Sparrows. We bury the sparrows of Europe with found instruments, their breasts light as an ounce of tea, where we had seen them off the path, their twin speeds of shyness and notched wings near the pawnbroker's house by the canal, in average neighborhoods of the resistors, or in markets of princely delphinium and flax, flying from awnings at unmarked rates to fetch crumbs from our table, half spinning back to clefts of grillwork on external stairs we would descend much later. In rainy neighborhoods of the resistors, where streets were taken one by one, where consciousness is a stair or path, we mark their domains with notched sticks of hickory or chestnut or ash, because our cities of princely pallor should not have unmarked graves. Lyric work, flight of arch, death bridge to which patterned being is parallel. They came as if from the margins of a painting, their average hearts half spinning our little hourglass upon the screen. Thank you. And this is a poem from a book that I wrote after the Iraq War had started, and I was trying to question the epic as a form, make a speak back to the epic. So this is a poem because there are thousands of teachers here about teaching the epic. And I should just point out the name Iphigenia comes from the Greek stories of the daughter of Agamemnon who was sacrificed for the winds so that the ships could sail to Troy. And there's another thing I should gloss, which is names of butterflies. In the first few lines are butterflies in the Lake Tahoe region. And the Throw Away the Hunger and the War's All Gone is from a punk rock song by Stiff Little Fingers. Air in the Epic. So it's dedicated to you teachers. On the under-mothered world in crisis, the omens agree. A come here follows for reader and hero through the named winds as spirits are lifted through ragged, colorful O's on butterflies called fritillaries, tortoiseshells, and blues until their vacation settles under the vein of an aspen leaf like a compass needle stopped in an avalanche. The students are moving. You look outside the classroom where construction trucks find little Troys. Dust rises, part pagan, part looping. Try to describe the world, you tell them. But what is a description? For centuries, people carried the epic inside themselves. Past the old weather stripping, a breeze is making some sixth vowel sounds, ee, that will side with you on the subject of syntax as into the word wind they go. A flicker passes by, air let out of a Corvette tire. Side stories leaked into the epic, told by its lover, the world. The line structure changed. Voices grew to the right of all that. The epic is carried into school, then to scooped-out chairs. Scratchy holes in acoustic tiles pull from the paperbacks. There's a type of thought between trance and logic where teachers rest, and the mistake you make when you're tired is not breathing. The class is shuffling, something an island drink might cure or a citrus goddess. They were mostly raised in tank-like SUVs called Caravan or Quest. Winds rarely visited them. Their president says global warming doesn't exist. Some winds seem warmer here, Warriors are extra light, perhaps from ponies galloping across the plains. Iphigenia waits for winds to start. Winds stowed in goat skins were meant to be released by wise men, Gus and Shirokos, Chinooks, Hamsins, Hushes, Blisses, Catabatics, Santa Annas, and Ferns. Egyptian birds were thought to be impregnated by winds. The Chinese god of wind has a red and blue cap like a Red Sox fan. Students dislike even thinking about Agamemnon. You love the human species when you see them, even when they load their backpacks early and check the tiny screens embedded in their phones. A ponytail holder switches with light, beguiled. Iphigenia waits for the good. Calchas and her father have mistaken the forms of air: Zephyr, Boreas, Eurus, the grouchy east breeze, and Notos, the bringer of rains. Maybe she can see the bones and the butterfly wings before they invent the X-ray. Her father could have removed the sails and rowed to Troy. Nothing makes sense in war, you say. Throw away the hunger and the war's all gone. There's a section between the between of joy and terror where the sailors know they shouldn't open the sack of winds. It gives the gods more credit. An oracle is just another nature. There's a space between the two beeps of the dump truck where the voice can rest. Their vowels join the names of winds in white acoustic tiles. A rabbit flies across the field with Zephyr right behind. Wind comes when warm air descends. The imagined comes from the imagined.